G'day Dogs fans, Bob Murphy here with assistant coach Stephen Chili King. Kingy, thanks for joining me.
Pleasure, Bob. Thanks for having me again.
For the round 15 match preview. Can you believe it's up to...
Oh, how quickly it goes.
It's just time flies when you're having fun. Let's start off straight away. Last week, a lot of positives against the Pies, but in the end, just weren't able to get the chocolates.
Yeah, disappointing result. We felt against a quality team, we're in the game for its entirety. Obviously, with 15 more inside 50s, 6 more scoring shots, you'd like to probably walk away with the win, but wasn't to be. So it gives us a clear focus moving forward to try and work on those front half connections and our goal kicking to try and get some reward for all the effort the boys put in.
So the front half connections and the accuracy, that would have been a focus during the week?
Yeah, a little bit. We thought we defended really well. We kept a pretty dangerous forward line at 82 points, which was a good result considering we've probably given up some scores that were a bit too heavy at times. So defended well. We thought our pressure was really good, but just didn't get reward for that manic pressure that we brought to the game. Interstate
games, we know how much value they are to team spirit, and especially with where the team's right at the moment. What would a win over in Adelaide mean for this group?
Oh, it'd be huge. Our record hasn't been great with a young group the last couple of years, so we need to get back to really galvanise the group and make it exciting to go back over in foreign territory and get a win. It'd be huge. I mean, Port Adelaide, they're a quality team. They're playing some pretty good footy, but we'll go over there and try and spend a bit of quality time together and give it a crack.
Some really positive news, not in the AFL team this week, but the return of Dale Morris in the VFL side. What else can you tell us about our icon of the West?
Oh, I've never known a man so positive and so upbeat, regardless of his own situation. So, I mean, he's had some devastating news the last couple of years in terms of setbacks, but just gets on with it, and you see him in the gym the next day working. So it's pretty incredible. His resilience is amazing, and it's he's such a role model for all our young players and the benchmark, really. So, fingers crossed it all goes really well for Dale, and we'd love to see him back really soon.
Bone broth-tastic news it is to get him back there. The Mercedes-Benz X-Class keys to the game. I know you're a big fan of this. I'm going to start just with it, because you're sharp football acumen. I'm going to go with some footy trivia this time, not the playing cards.
Yep.
The last 3 times we've played Port Adelaide, Charlie Dixon has kicked a total of how many goals on Marcus Adams?
Oh, geez, had some big games. Ballarat in the wet. Over there at Adelaide Oval. Look, I'm going to have to go, that beard really sticks out. I'm going to have to go 12.
Yes!
That's it, is it?
We've got an uncanny knack of getting that beautiful
He's had some days out, so we'll have to make sure he has a quieter one.
Yeah, so there's going to be a bit of a team defence to stop Big Charlie.
Yeah, look, obviously he's come back in and had a pretty big game last week. His presence, he's very strong, good hands, and a focal point up forward. So I think for us, obviously supply is going to be the key. With Jackson Trengo, Zane Cordy down there and Easton Wood, we'll have to make sure we get it done between all the defenders. But he's a pretty obvious target for them, so we know where the ball's going to go.
There's always stars in the midfield, and that'll be again on show between the Power and the Dogs. But Robbie Gray and Marcus Bontempelli, do you expect those two to go a bit of head-to-head at all on the weekend?
I'm sure they'll cross paths, and he's probably spending more time midfield now, Robbie, and he's one of my favourite players to watch.
Yeah.
Such a silky and skilled player, and wherever he's on the ground, whatever he does, it's really dangerous, and their team Port Adelaide gets a lot of benefit from it. So quality player, but hopefully Bonty can start the game like he has the last couple of weeks.
Well, he's pretty handy too. Port 7th on the ladder. They've been hot and cold. They've come off a really good win last week. What's your read on them in general?
I think just they've made some pretty big selection decisions, probably putting reputations aside, and you see their young players have come in really hungry to perform, and they're starting to get a bit of experience back now with Ollie Wines coming back from injury, Ebert's back. To me, it looks like their midfield's really solid, got lots of experience through it, and they run really hard. So I think their contested ball numbers are high, and they work pretty hard to keep the ball in their front half. So I know every week it comes down the midfield. We have to make sure if it's wet and slippery over there that we match their contests inside and try and play the game up our half of the ground.
Well, I'm ready. Sounds like you and the boys are ready. Yep. Thanks very much for joining us, Chili, as usual. Great insight. Bulldogs fans, either watch it on the TV in Adelaide, 7:10 on Saturday night, or if you want to get on the road trip, make your way over there, try a pie floater. See you, Bulldogs.